Let's bring you some business news now on the programme. Brian Quinn is with us. He is starting with a look at the oil markets in the wake of Iran's attack on Israel. So far, no massive price spike, though, Brian.
Indeed, Stuart. In fact, oil futures actually on the decline as traders appear to be banking on hopes that the worst may be over. Brent crude easing to just under $90 per barrel. US WTI trading at around $85. Those prices are, though, still near a 6-month high. Definitely a drawdown from Friday, though, when crude prices spiked by more than 1% on anticipation of retaliation for Israel's attack on Iran's Damascus consulate. We've seen a big rise in gold prices over recent weeks as investors rush into safe haven assets. Spot gold prices up once again on Monday, currently around 0.6%. Still, though, below their recent all-time high of $2,400 an ounce. The big concern, of course, remains oil. Analysts fear that any further escalation could send crude to over $100 per barrel, even north of $120 a barrel, if Iran should force the closure of the crucial Strait of Hormuz, through which 1/5 of the world's oil exports travel. IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva says that could have a major impact on inflation here in the West. Take a listen.
Any impact, as small as it might be, is not desirable in an economy with high uncertainty and inflation still not being brought down to target. Very simple. Oil prices go up, inflation goes up. From an economic standpoint, the more we reduce uncertainty, the better.
What about the rest of the markets then, Brian? Holding up?
Asian indexes actually mostly losing ground on those Middle East tensions. Investors there are watching out for trade and inflation data due out of China and Japan later this week, as the Nikkei in Tokyo dips by around 0.75%. Shanghai, the lone exception, it's up 1% as the Chinese government rolls out new securities regulations aimed at protecting investors' interests there. Here in Europe, a mixed picture with the DAX in Frankfurt and the Paris CAC 40 each up around the neighborhood of 0.5% at the open. The FTSE in London, though, losing ground amid declines in oil producers like BP, in particular, as those geopolitical tensions in the Middle East remain high, likely to remain high for some time to come, you would imagine, Stuart.
Expect so. Brian, thanks very much. Brian.